You're starting with a statute. You're actually in a really good position to find additional authority and additional help based on that statute. So let's look at an example. If we're looking at the Voting Rights Act, you can use the table of contents that pops out from the left to navigate to other sections of this statutory scheme. The red shows us where we are currently, and then we can click to any of the other sections based on where we want to go. The other tool that you have at your disposal is the Goto Box up here at the top. This allows us to quickly get to the history of the statute, to see all those different amendments that have taken place, and to the notes to decisions. Notes to decisions are a great section that breaks down all the different areas that have been litigated under this statute by topic. So when we get to a particular topic that's interesting or relevant to us, we can click that little blue arrow to take us down to primary authority that has held or interpreted something about this statute. The other section in the Goto Box that's really useful is the one called Research References and Practice Aids. So frequently, we cannot get the answer that we want from the text of the statute. And that means that we need to go to things like the agency decisions and regulations to learn a little bit more. Those are published in the Code of Federal Regulations. So when you're working with a statute, you can see those relevant CFR sections in the Research References and Practice Aids at the bottom. You can also link to secondary materials that have interpreted or discussed the statute that you are reviewing. Now let's talk about shepherds. So this indicates on the right that there's pending legislation for this statute, which just means that there was a bill proposed to enact a change or to repeal part of this statute. And we can see here the date that it was introduced and also its status. Clicking on any one of these is going to show you the likelihood of it progressing to the next stage. So we can see here in Legislative Outlook that this actually failed. But this allows us to keep an eye out for things that Congress has asked or seeks to change about a particular statute. You have a switch here in the Shepard's preview box that also allows you to toggle on the Shepard signals for each subsection of the statute. So as we go through here, we can see that the Shepard signal changes depending on which subsection we're citing to. To see the full Shepard's report, we can click Shepardized Document and take a look at everything that's cited to this statute. So we have 69 citing decisions that have referenced this particular statute. Now, of course, we want to use our analysis to see where that negative or positive has been. We could also narrow by the court or jurisdiction that has discussed it. But I also want to remind you about other citing sources. This is everything that's not an opinion. So you can see here that we have law reviews, you have briefs that have cited to this statute, you have other statutes, and other secondary sources. So this is a great starting point. If you're drafting a brief or a motion and you're going to be citing to this statute, here you have a whole collection of real-world briefs that have also cited to this statute, meaning they could give you a good starting point or template. Now, one of the other really great features about Shepard's is that you can look at specific subsections of a statute and just how that one subsection has been treated. So at the top of the Shepard's report for a statute, you will see subsection reports by specific court citation. So looking at this results list, we can see that each subsection that has been cited to is broken down in the list. The Shepard signals even change depending on how the subsection has been treated. And this can be really helpful when you have a statute with negative treatment and you want to know if your particular part of the statute is impacted by that negative treatment. When you click on the relevant subsection, it's going to show you just those citations that discuss the specific subsection of the statute. So let's click on 10304B. So here we can see the 18 citing decisions that have positively discussed this subsection of the statute. Remember that other citing sources is there to help us with those briefs or law reviews that have cited specifically to this subsection. Finally, one of your best tools is to create a Shepard's alert on the things that you are monitoring for changes. So when we click that alert icon, we can change the type of treatment that we want to monitor and how often we're updated on that. I will always recommend that you put your email in the box and click Add Recipient and check the box that says only when a change occurs. Once you click Create Alert, what Lexis will do is re-shepherdize this statutory subsection and only update you if something changes. If you want to learn more or need research assistance, just reach out to our Lexis team at any time, and we'll see you soon.